Good morning and welcome to channel 435 Science News. I'm Steven Vitello.
And I'm Charnice Ellington. Our top news story, thermosetting polymers. What are they?
Good question indeed, Charnice. Now, polymers are very prominent in today's materials choices. You find just about anything.
Everywhere?
Everywhere, including this table, as a matter of fact.
So it's like Beyonce. Everywhere.
Yeah, so polymers make up the majority of today's plastics, rubbers, and fibers, so it's important to know the difference between them. Now, they can be broken up into two main categories, thermosetting and thermoplastic polymers, based on their different chemical structure and properties.
So a thermoplastic would be something like a household item, like butter, soft, very flexible, can be molded, but if you melt it, or if you heat it.
Upon heating.
Oh, it's just melting.
Oh, it's just melting everywhere.
Upon heating, it melts?
It melts.
Wow. But if you cool it?
You could reform it in a reversible process, actually.
Really?
And you could even form it into its original form again.
So, more butter.
Yeah. So how does this contrast to thermosetting polymers, which we'll be talking about today?
I'd say thermosetting polymers are something more like bread. I mean, bread, it's pretty strong and still flexible, but if you heat bread...
It actually gets harder.
And you get toast.
You get toast, which is pretty good, right?
I had a big breakfast.
You a big breakfast?
Yeah.
And actually, upon excessive heating, it won't melt. It'll reach its degradation point and actually ash up. And turn into I don't know if you can see that, but just a black, not good tasting piece of bread.
I would not want to eat this.
No.
This is not a good breakfast.
Well, moving on, to learn more about the structure of thermosetting polymers, we are going to be talking to Thiago out in the field.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. As you can see, thermosetting polymers are for everywhere. The main thing that differs thermosetting polymers with thermoplastics, it is the structure of the polymer. As you can see, we have two main types that we can find in the thermoplastics. The linear one, that we can see it is a line, the simplest, and the branch. Branch is like a tree with a lot of branches that makes this by the name. When we talk about thermosetting polymers, we can imagine which structure it is. It is the cross-linked structure, where we can see, as you can see in the paint here in the board, we have a lot of branches connect chain with another. This structure gives the molecule of the thermosetting strong enough to stay hard and don't melt. Thank you. That's all, and back with you in the studio.
Wow, thanks for that information, Thiago.
Yeah, very interesting. So now that we have a better idea of what the structure of thermosets are, we're going to go to Mang Ji now to talk more about their applications in everyday life.
Hi.
The thermosetting is existing everywhere in our daily life, and when we're cooking, and we will use the handle of the pan. It will insulate the heat, and also when we are sleeping, the mattress. This is another type of the thermosetting, and it is come from the flexible form, and also with students, and when use the rubber and the sugar glue, and they are also the thermosetting.
Ooh. Elastomers.
Yeah, and also the cases, the cases of your telephone and the computer, and even the body of your car.
So it sounds like we just live by thermosetting polymers.
Yeah, we cannot live without this material.
I mean, we sleep on them, we walk on them,
We cook with them. You just about everything with them.
I mean,
We
we even
super
fix
glue
things
stuff.
with them.
Yeah. Epoxy resins, a very common application seen all around, common thermosetting polymer. Very interesting.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you
that
very much, Mang Ji.
for that information.
So Danku will introduce the pros and cons of the thermosetting for us.
All right, over to you, Q.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah. Thermosetting polymers are solid or liquid. It can still flow and be shaped while processing. and during the processing, there will be some chemical reactions. When it's done, the thermosetting polymers are stable, cannot be heated to be softened or flow again. But thermosetting polymers are also easy to break when cooled. So we often add enhanced materials such as fibers to make thermosetting plastics, and that can be widely used in many places.
Thank you, Coop. So today we visited the structure of thermosetting polymers, everyday applications, and the pros and cons. How are we going to wrap this up? Steven, any fun facts for us?
As a matter of fact, I do have a fun fact.
Really?
So, did you know that most of the rubbers found in everyday life, called elastomers, are actual thermosets? These are made by, during the curing process, adding sulfur in order to create elongated cross-linking bonds, which allows the cross-links to become more elastic.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where most of the rubbers come
That
from.
is a fun fact.
Yeah.
I think you've been playing with that epoxy too much.
What are you talking? Well, that's all for today's news. Join us next time on channel 435.
I'm Sharnice Ellington.
I'm Steven Vitello.
Good night.
Good night.
Audio Jungle.